Hello, everyone. And we have some of the most exciting news that we are able to report on. I shared a video yesterday asking questions if something was true. I like to check things out before I actually go out and say it. But we did get confirmation that 2,100 kids, guys, 2,100 kids were found in California up underground in secret bunkers. Now, Timothy Holmselth broke this story just a little bit ago. And this is very powerful because, as I told you guys yesterday, Timothy Holmselth is one of the guys I look up to. One of the guys who's kind of like Michael Gill, except for he's a reporter. He reports on things that put his life on the line. So I believe that Timothy Holmselth should be one of the most trusted, and he is one of the most powerful reporters in the entire nation, okay? So Timothy Holmselth came out and said he got one of his Pentagon buddies who actually deals with Trump anti-trafficking, anti-pedophile task force, who actually let him know that it was true that 2,100 people, little kids, were saved from a trafficking ring that had underground bunkers. Now, if you guys remember, I talked to you guys about how 18-wheelers were taking kids and they would let them go into underground tunnels. I showed a video behind a Home Depot where there was an underground tunnel that went to someone's house. Well, we know that there was underground tunnels on Epstein's Island. Now we find out that there's underground tunnels in California. Now, yesterday or the day before yesterday, the other day, whatever it was, when we saw this issue where there was lights out in California, then we saw an issue where there was some explosions that a gentleman on YouTube had showed, where you could see from a weather camera from aerial view, you could see explosions going off in California as these fires were supposedly starting. Now, what was crazy about these explosions is there was explosions at different times around California. You could see the lights going off. And then there was another video of how the manholes underground have fire shooting out of them. Now, I don't know for sure, but we have to see something, that could be crazy, is that Epstein Island supposedly caught fire, and there was fire coming from fire inside of tunnels to destroy the evidence of what was happening. Now, they say that 2,100 kids got found. Now, I do believe that to be true because I also know a gentleman on Trump's anti-trafficking task force, right? The task force they're using to go after pedophiles. And I got reports of information that there was trafficking going on and there was going to be big numbers of arrests. And I got quoted the exact number of arrests that were going to happen. And they happened like that. I told you guys saw it. So the thing is that Trump is seriously fighting trafficking. And what we find is in a lot of places where there are people going after Trump when he goes after pedophiles. I keep telling you this. Trump goes after traffickers and pedophiles. Then people go after him and try to impeach him. We in the movement for CPS freedom, medical freedom, we go after CPS, who 88% of CPS stolen children from parents end up in 88% of the kids in the hands of traffickers came directly from CPS. Now, we've been asking, how is CPS and foster care losing all these kids? Well, now we got 2,100 kids, it is alleged, that have been found in California that nobody can find the little kids. So, they were just missing. So the thing is, if these people are getting their hands on kids, it should start to click to us, and I can't say 100% for sure, but we really need to look into this. When you have 2,100 kids in the hands of traffickers, and then they're saved by the Marines, and you think about this. Trump activated the Marines. Trump activated part of the military. I believe it was the Marines. It could have been the Navy. It's just kind of strange how all this stuff is happening around the same time. Trump activates part of the military. Then we see 2,100 kids allegedly saved in California. Holmselth say that his people who are in the, the anti-trafficking pedophile council of Trump gave information that this really happened. At the same time, we see these strange fires. At the same time, we see fire shooting out of manholes, right? So if you blow up something underground, it's going to rock a manhole or shoot fire out of it. You know, it will happen. So we really need to look at these things, and we need to understand. Another thing that Holmseth explained inside of the video is that when the lights are off, I believe that's what he was saying, when the lights are off, they can see who's using the electricity underground. Now, I know that's true because what happens is, let's say when somebody's doing like a marijuana grow and they have like a greenhouse or some type of building to block this heat, you know, I'm sorry, block the signature or whatever, so you can't see it or whatever, or you can't look down and see it. They can use technology that can see the heat and the electricity, right? So it's funny that the lights were shut off and they said they had some emergency training or plan. And then the next thing you know, they saved 2,100 kids from up underground. And like I said, I happen to know one of the people in the anti-trafficking task force. So I know that this can be very easily possible, legit, true. And I trust what Timothy Holmselth says. I mean, he proved a woman from Florida was connected to trafficking. He had evidence or whatever, and she came after him without law. So we know these people are super dirty, and it's a blessing. And I thank God for somebody as tough as Timothy Holmselth. I don't know him personally, but he did accept my Facebook friendship the other day, and he's a hero in my eyes. And I've never met him, but I love him because he's one of those diehard people who put his life on the line in order to help other people. He didn't have to do all this stuff. He didn't have to keep talking. He could have shut up and been a coward, but he didn't. He stands as a real man. So, you know, he also works with other people. I know he had Chris Hallett of E-Claws deal with him. I get a lot of knowledge from Chris Hallett. Love the guy. He stands up strong as well. He has his kids with his ex most of the time, but he still does shows to build other people up and teach other people. So, guys, you have to know that this is happening in a miraculous way, and there's really no way that all of this information could be coming out and all these things could be happening if God wasn't ferociously angry over all these kids being sacrificed and this trafficking that's happening. And I'm telling you, Trump is being attacked because he's exposing it. In the same way, I have people who are turning me into the FBI. I guess they turn me into the bar and every other thing. That's what they say on their pages. Because I attack the trafficking. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning into this. I'm going to go ahead and get this put up. We're doing affidavits to show that CPS is trafficking just by not using the law. If you guys could, I want you guys to support it. I'll put the link below so we can send affidavits to Congress and put them on notice from ourchildrenourgov.com. Ourchildrenourgov.com. Let's stand up against this evil, guys. We have the perfect time. Everything is coming together perfectly for us to knock this thing down, okay? Y'all be cool. Y'all have a great day. I love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do. I need 1,000 subscribers to do live videos, and all I'm able to do now is do the videos and post them up. So please, please, please support me. Show love. Subscribe. It takes a couple of seconds to hit that button, all right? And tell other people to subscribe too. We really need to keep you informed. We need to show you how to fight this situation where they're stealing our kids. We love you. Y'all stay out of trouble. Peace.